So before starting, I have a word to everyone. Guys, this will be our last free session, and from next class, only registered students will be joining with us. I hope you know the registration process. If you have any queries, please do text me on WhatsApp. I'm sharing my WhatsApp number on the chat.
Okay, just to revise the concepts which we have discussed yesterday, we have seen the different types of architectures. So what are the architecture and how a component drive in the architecture we have seen, and we have started steps towards a basic programming, in the sense what are the basic steps we need to follow to write a program in Java. So we have started with comments. So we have seen what is a single line comment, what is a multi-line comment, and what is a Java documentation comment. Let us continue with that. So steps towards basic programming, in the sense, if I want to write a simple program, if I want to write a program, so what are the keywords I need to use? What is the flow, basically the flow. So each and every concept like this only I'll explain. So what happens is first we'll discuss why, what is the flow, what is the syntax, in case, what is the concept behind that, what are the concept we are going to implement. So whatever we are going to discuss in theoretical manner, like a definition I say, so same definition we develop or we put in the programming steps. Okay, so now let me just write the hierarchy to write any Java program. So this is a flow, Java library. Okay, so now packages, now class, for now class, but there is one more piece, it will come. So, but let it be, we can go with class and now method. This is the flow for any Java program, like basic Java program. So we have seen this. What is this Java library is nothing but this is a Java library. So this is the Java library. So whatever the SDK yesterday we have set this in project structure, this will provide us. So this will provide us the environment or the kit which we can use to write any Java program. So this is nothing but Java library. We are using this Java library. From this Java library, we are going to use packages. So how to use the package? What does it mean by package? Is nothing but package is nothing but a combination or a bundle. You see, this is a normal, if I go with English terminology, package is nothing but a bundle which can contain collection of multiple items. Okay, the way, same way we have seen this is nothing but package. So what is a package in programming language is nothing but if I want to use, if I want to perform any operation, we have some predefined packages. So provided by already Java, along with this Java development kit. So we can utilize that package and we can form a class and whatever the methods we required, we can flow that. So now let us go with. So now let us take this is the same program. So what I will do here is first now, for now we'll make a comment. Okay. So now let us just take this back. Okay, so now let me just take the comment. Same program will rewrite in this structure. Okay, so now what is this? Packages. Okay, so now same program, I'm just implementing with the help of package. So now how can I use package? In the sense how to use package in program, in Java program. So now the answer is use import keyword. Use import keyword. What is this import? Import is a keyword basically which can be used to get the package. So how to do that? So now what is the syntax? Syntax to get that is import package name. Import package name. So to display the same message, let us rewrite the same example. So if I want to display, if I want to display a message, this example work. But what if I follow this pattern? What if I follow this pattern to rewrite the same program? So what are the steps I need to follow? So let us go with, so let us follow the same thing. So how to use this package? So we are in this stage. So now what I will do here is use import. You see, right? Import. So when I hit I When I hit I, so IDE is helping you with some of the keywords. Based on your knowledge, based on your requirement, you can import. This is advantage of using integrated development environment like IDEs. So a lot of IDEs available in market. So most like famous or like regular usage of is like Visual Studio, like Eclipse, as I said, right? Like IntelliJ yesterday. These are the advantages. Like more benefits we are going to use, we are going to see from IDE. But these are the basic things like why people are using IDE in real time to generate or to write or to design their web applications, any kind of a program. So now use import. Okay. So now import. So for example, so now you see, right, Java library. So now let me just take Java. So now dot hit. You see, right? When I hit this, so what is the use? How to use package in program? Use import word. Okay. So I'm importing the package name now. So when I hit dot, so whatever the packages available in Java, all the packages it is showing. Most of the packages it is showing. So you see, right? If you want to interact with the database, you need to use SQL. So if you want to interact with the collection, for example, I'm just saying like what are the different packages we have. With that package, we can utilize already predefined. It's nothing but already defined classes or methods we can utilize and we can design our program. So if I want to interact with like calculations, so math is a package. So AWT, so if I want to interact with any graphical kind of windows, AWT is a package like abstract window toolkit, we can say. So IO, yeah, if I want to interact with IO operations, so IO is nothing but like keyboard. So input output operations if I want. So we have like this also. LANG stands for language. So now we are going to use this one, LANG. So LANG, language. So now hit dot. So now again hit dot. So now what is this? This is a package. Okay. So now I want to use, so basically in our program, we have used two classes to display a message. I need two classes. So what are those two classes? So now just hit dot, you see, right? System. So if you observe this, we used this system. So what is this system? System is a class basically used to display a message to your standard output device that is nothing but console. Okay. So now again, you see, right? So dot system. So now end. So now what is this? Okay. By default, it is taking, let me just take this. Okay, IDE is not taking. So this is not an error. This is not an error. I'll just show you. What is the problem here is like after 1.5 version, like Java version. So whatever the packages available in Lang, right? So no need to import explicitly. No need to import explicitly. So I'll just show you what is the syntax. So import java.lang.system. So now import. So now what happens here is, so without importing also it is working. You see, right? I have not imported. Still, my program is not giving error. So now here string, it is giving. Now, one more package we have used here. One more package. What is the package we have used here? So now you take this. So now use import java.lang.string. The meaning of that IDE is nothing but no need to declare explicitly. No need to declare explicitly as we are already supporting. We are supporting from backend. That is the reason it is not allowing. So now what you need to do here is, now you see, right? So what does that mean? This is nothing but package name. So what is this? System. So now again, what is this? Java.lang is a package name again, like from package we are utilizing this string. So now let us just go and let us see how you actually the package structure will be coming. So now you can just click. So now you see, right? So now again, yesterday we have seen this kind of a hierarchy from Java doc comments. Okay, so now you can just see, click on this class tree hierarchy. Okay, so it is giving all those things. So now let us go with, you see, right? java.lang.system. So java.lang.string. So now what we are doing here is, so we are utilizing some of the classes which is already provided by Java. Already provided by Java. So now you see, right? System. What is a system? System class contains several fields and methods. Basically, the main purpose is used to display the details. Display the details. So now we have used this pattern. So now if you see, right, so this is how we need to implement package name system. So now again, like without this also it will execute, but let me just show you with this how it will be working. So now I'm just running the same program directly. Now you see, we got this. So now let us just rerun the terminal. I have implemented the package I have implemented. So now let me just go back with the terminal. Now you see, it is working. So now if you don't want like let's say that some of the scenario will become, so I am using the same package but multiple classes I need to use multiple classes, but sometimes I don't know the name. Still, this package should support me. So in that case, what we will do is, so either we can go like this, so package name dot class name, or either we can go like this, import. Okay, only this java.lang I'm writing here. So other packages, all other packages we are going to write in IDE, because by default, as I mentioned, by default, all the classes from java.lang inbuilt supports IDE from Java 1.5 version. So that is the reason when I'm typing, it is clearing that. It means that like while you're adding one more step in your program, no need to add that. But for understanding purpose, so I'm writing here. So now one more thing. Instead of going with individual, you can just mention star. Star means this is nothing but asterisk. So what does that mean is nothing but, so it means that like you can use whatever the classes or whatever the content provided by lang package. So java.lang is a package. Asterisk stands for the content available. So whether that is a method, that is a class, that is a field, whatever the content, you can utilize all those things from this package. So now let us just write like this. So now you can use this also. Okay, it is going there. You see? Okay, so you can just understand. So we'll discuss this in java.io package in other packages also. So let me just try other packages, okay, to show you. So java.io. So now what I will do here is these are all the classes available in this package. So now what I will do here is like, let us just queue star like this. Okay, so now we have written this one. Now we have written the packages. So package all are available like this. So now we have to display any message. We have used a system and a string. These are all classes. That is the reason it is started with class. So now let us write 1 points here. So class always starts with uppercase. Naming conventions are really important. Okay, so class always starts with uppercase. So this is a user defined class. Okay, this is a user defined class which I have used first first. So now again, this is a predefined class which I'm using, which is already provided by package called lang package. So now this one. So class always starts with uppercase. So now example is, so first, this is a user defined class which we have developed, system, now system, comma, string. So now next thing, once we complete this, what is the next step? So packages we have included, like Java library is nothing but we set up a Java library We got all the SDK in IDE. So now packages we set. So now class also we have written how to write a class basically. So how to write a class? So now use keyword. So class name. Class name. Same way, class name. Class is a keyword. Class is a keyword. So now this is a class name we need to take. So this is a class. So two ways, if we want to discuss about this class, two ways we are defining here. Using predefined classes from Java package. Now creating user-defined class. User-defined class in source folder, followed with uppercase. So now this is the one. So now class is a keyword. So now once this is done, so let us discuss about a method. So what we have written here. So after following a class, we have called this public static void main. What does it mean by main basically? Again, just one note, like before going to method, the syntax and the follow of this one is so like this. So whatever the class you want to write, so now it should be in a braces. So whatever the content you need to write. So steps. This is a syntax we need to follow. Class name, open brace, close brace. So the way how we have displayed class name, open a flower bracket. So now open brace and close brace. This is the syntax of a class, how we need to write. Again, this is a naming convention, always starts with uppercase. So we are in any Java program we see, like whatever the class we are going to create, that is the user-defined class, and whatever the classes we are going to utilize from packages, that is nothing but predefined classes. Predefined is nothing but already available, just we are reusing here, that's it. So now second thing is, main method. So what is a method? Yesterday we discussed, so how the method will be is nothing but, so method syntax is method syntax, how it will be. So now like this. At the end you need to give like this. For example, here we are discussing about main method. So now this one. So main method. So what is this main method? So basically, so whenever you want to write, as I mentioned, so main method is the execution or the heart of the execution of the program. Why I'm saying this step is nothing but without main method, you can't execute. We cannot execute any program, because when you're compiling and when you're running the program, JVM starts execution from this particular step only. So if we don't write main program, we cannot execute our program. That I'll just show you. But let us just understand what are the steps, like what are the keywords we need to use in main method. So this is the method name. Okay, let us divide this. This is a method name. So now if I give, so this is method name. Now what is this? Void. Void is nothing but return type. We'll discuss. So we have one more concept in Java, like where we are discussing what are the different types of methods we are going to use, and we are create user-defined methods also. But for now, what you can understand is nothing but the terminologies you can understand for now. So what is this method? Void term is nothing but nothing. The meaning of void is nothing, but terminology wise, what is this third? Return type. Return type is nothing but if the method is returning something, or if the method does not return anything, use void. But only, as I mentioned, you just go with the terminology for now. Blindly, you just understand what does it, like those who are new and like don't know about anything. No, so what you can do here is you just follow this terminologies. What is this main for now? You can just understand main is a method. What is this void? Void, meaning of void is nothing. So what is this? Like if I talk about the terminology, so void means return type. It is a return type given to method. So now static. So now what is static? Like again, static is a keyword basically. Okay. So if we are going to create, so now what we'll do for now, what you can understand is static is, so allows to execute the program without using object. So we have not started, we don't know what is object, but for now, what you can understand, as I mentioned, right, like public static void main is nothing but if I want to run, there is a process in Java. So if I want to call or if I want to execute methods, there are some syntax we need to follow that will go in upcoming sessions. But for now, what you can do here is, so why they have given this static is nothing but the meaning of static is, first, static is a keyword in Java. The meaning of static is nothing but if we are using a static in any method, no need to create object. Okay, no need to create an object. We can call or we can use that method directly. So you can just follow blindly for now. So now again, what is access specifier? So now you see, right, public we have mentioned. Public, the name itself tells public. Public is nothing but this is the access specifier. We can say access specifier is nothing but public is nothing but the access is everywhere. Is nothing but anyone can access that particular method. So why we have written public is nothing but this should be available to JVM to execute your program. So when you are doing this particular step, right, Java first, or when you're executing this program, then Java is looking this kind of a format, like JVM is looking this kind of a format. So can we interchange? So do we need to write only these particular times every time? No. So now just let me run till here. I will just execute one more time. I'm running this with this content. So class name, open brace. So now close brace. Now again, Now we have written a method here, which multiple keywords we are using. Okay, so now what we'll do here is step one. This is a step one. Okay, so now what we will do here is, you see, right? If you don't have any method, so it is giving a problem to you. So now what we will do here is, let us just take this same thing as a step two. Okay, so now what I will do is, I'll just interchange the keywords. So now position. So now let us just cut this. Now paste this. So now static void public. So now this is, you can just keep here. Now you can just keep this also here. Okay, so now we just change this like static and public. Still, I'm running the program. You see, it works. So meaning is nothing but static and public are keywords. So it should be available. So now what happened if I change this void? So now you see, right? So we are getting some kind of an error. So main method name, the font also it changed. Whenever you see this light gray or a dark gray based on the visibility, you mean to say that this is not accessible. One more important thing is, like, I'll just use Control Z, just show you. Clearly observe here. So we are just disturbing main method to get more knowledge on that. So you see, this is the icon. So if I'm following the proper syntax and proper naming convention, I'm able to see this. I'm able to see this option where I can execute this program. Now what I'm doing, I'm just disturbing this particular point. What I will do here is, I'll just make in the first position. So what is happening? First thing is, we don't see the execution icon. Okay. So still what I will try to do here is, let me just compile this program. Okay. So let me just compile this program. Still, I know the errors are there. We have not followed proper syntax or proper naming convention or proper order. Still, I'm just trying to understand like what compiler will give when we type or when we execute these kind of programs. So now Java C first dot Java. Now see this. So now you see, right? You see, so this all not recognizing. Recognizing is nothing but compiler itself recognizing. What does it mean is nothing but this is nothing but a syntax error. Syntax error is nothing but, as I mentioned, method should always follow the return type. Method should always follow the return type. We should not disturb this particular point, this particular keyword. So this is fine. This is fine, but we should not touch this because main is returning, isn't it? But method is returning something here. If it is not returning anything, so simply we are using void. That is the meaning we have written. Void is nothing but nothing. We are just giving return type. Is nothing but like one line I can, if a method is not return anything, just simply we are using that particular method, then Java people has given the keyword used in front of the method. Okay. So now we should not touch. So now this is valid. Second point is valid, this pattern. So now let us keep like this. Void. This is one way. So now second way is, so what if now if I compile this, it works. So you see, right? So just I'm running this. Now you see, it works. So second case also it works. So now let us take this one. Now step 2, it worked. Now let us just take this pattern. Now step 3. So use this particular now. So now use this step 3. Step 3 is what? Case 1, case 2. So now what happens? So what is this? So we have seen this is a method name. This is a return type. This is a keyword. This is a keyword. Okay. So now what is this? What is this? This is nothing but, as I said, so methods, basically method with input parameter. Input parameter is nothing but, this is a syntax provided by the Java team. If you want to use main method, you need to use the syntax of arguments like this. You need to use the syntax of arguments like this. So this is the expectation. Let's say if I remove this, okay, I'm removing this. I don't want to add this now. So now what happens? You see, right? Again, just observe this icon. In a program. So whenever I do some modifications, so what I'm trying to do is nothing but I'm just trying this, removing this. So I'm just disturbing the syntax. Okay. So now what happens here? So first let us understand from terminal what happens with the program. So now go back here first. Now you see, right? You see, for compiler to compiler, there is no objection. There is no objection with the compiler. So that is the reason no compilation error it comes. No compilation error it comes. So as I mentioned earlier, so to whom we need to write this main method? Main method is executed by which component or which architecture level? As I said, like JVM is the one which always looks the execution of your program. If we are not following the proper format or proper syntax provided by the Java team, then JVM will not recognize. First of all, it will come and it will check. You see, right? We don't see any green icon also to execute this program. JVM simply ignores the execution process. Let us see what happens here. What error message will get. I'm just trying to run this. So compilation is successful. Like our Java compiler always sees, do we have any syntactical error or not? That's it. Syntactical error, like are we following the proper naming convention or not? So what happened if I use this one? So you see, right? You see. So whenever you are getting the red font in the program, this meaning that compilation error. So something wrong you typed. This is whether that is a typo mistake or not. You are not following the proper naming convention. As I mentioned yesterday, keywords always should start with lowercase. Okay, keywords are always should start with lowercase. So now you see, right? So if I'm following the proper thing, but I missed here, one of the argument I have missed here. Suppose you to provide this kind, but just want to know if I'm not providing in main method, what happens? So compiler don't have any issue because we don't see any compilation errors here. So everything are in proper format with the proper font. So now I'm just hitting this. Now you see. So what is the error? So when I'm running this error, this is nothing but runtime exception, we can say. Runtime exception, like those who are freshers or preparing for an interview, this is a very common question you can get basically recruiters will start with the basics only, basically. So these are all important concepts. So compilation error, like what is, whenever I get like, what is a runtime exception? Can you give me one example? So this is the best example for runtime error. So what we are doing when we are running the program, when we are receiving one exception, what is that message? So main method not found in a class. We have written main method, but still JVM is not recognizing your particular statements to execute. So you see, right? Main method is not found in class fault. Please define the main method as you see, right? What is the correct main method we need to follow? What is the pattern? This is giving. This is giving. You see, right? We need to follow this at any cost. Otherwise, your program will never work. Always, you will get these kind of errors. Okay. So now, yeah, step 3. So now let us just give. Let us copy the same error here. Anyhow, we are following multi-line. So now what happens if I use this? Okay. So step 3, this one. So now what I will do here is, so now let me just take this same thing. So whatever it supports. So now let us just go back here. Go back. Okay. So now case 4, we'll just see this case 4. So now what happens if we use, so now green font like icon is back now. So now we don't see any error. So when we run this program, it will give me that particular steps, whatever we have written here. Now let us just give here. So I'll just try to give user defined name here. Okay, user defined name, some name I have given. So still you see, right? Still this is, I'm hitting this with this. So now I have not used args, which is suggested by JVM. So this is user defined argument, we can say. This is user defined. So now I can change this one. Okay, this works. This is valid. So now what I will do is nothing but, so this is a string. This is a data type string. So I'll just discuss in next session. So what is the data type and all. So for now, what you can do is nothing but main method is always have one input parameter, which is of type string. Okay, we can say string type array argument is an input for main method. So array we will note like this. So now method, how we are defining method like this. Okay, so now I'll just give, so method, we are just providing the annotation at the end like this. So array, how can we define, like what is array and all. So we'll discuss, but for now you can just observe the naming conventions. What is the usage of that? So array we will define like this. So now main method is always looking as an argument parameter, which is of type string. So what happens if I use other data type other than this? So we have used int. So if I use int, now again, you see, right? Again, there is a problem. Again, there is a problem. So what if I use this? So now I am using the parameter. So everything is fine. Only the thing is I changed the data type now. So now let us just compile. So compiler don't have any issues because syntactically everything is correct. We have followed naming convention and all. So now let us just go back here. Now you see again when you're running. So if you disturb this, definitely like JVM will throw the error again. So what it is having, main method not found in a class. Please define main method as. So you should follow this at any cost to run this program. This is a standard pattern. This is a standard pattern provided by Java people to execute the programs smoothly. Okay. So now this is a string array input parameter, one input parameter. So now let us discuss one more thing. So now what I will do here is, let us just change this again. Okay. So now what I will do here is I'll just take this. So now I'll just try to give some space in the middle. Okay. So now I'm just running this directly. Okay. So now it works. So now what I will do here is just let us cut this and keep here. Okay. So now let us run this. Okay, so it works here. So only the thing here, important thing here is this one. Now again, let me just change. one. So one user-defined name I have given, that's it. So now just run this. Okay, so it executes. So all these are coding snippets, which helps whenever you design any program. So these are all the basic naming conventions with coding standards, we can say. Okay, so now let us move here. So now this is one way. So now again, this is a step 4, right? Okay. Yeah, step 4. Let me just, change this step 4 as test user. Yeah, okay. So now step 5. Step 5. So what does it mean by step 5? So now after Java version 1.5, like as I said, right, like from JDK to 1.5, they have not introduced more features, but the core pillar, the formation or the more flexibility introduced more features, JDK 1.5. From JDK 1.5, 6, 7, we don't see any more features. JDK 8, in the sense like 1.8 version, like again, major changes, like lot of new concepts introduced in version. So in Java 1.5 version, so Java team has provided one more way to write syntax for this. Okay.
డెమో క్లాస్ అంట.
So now what you did is here. Okay, 1 second. Please go on mute. I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now you see from Java 1.5 version, they have introduced one more way to write a Java program. So now let me just see this. So now I'm just giving this one. So now what you can do here is, let us just give dot. Just give some space. Okay. So now what is this? So now again, you see, right, this green icon, meaning that still it is recognizing this pattern. So this is the pattern. Array type is an input parameter. So now what we are trying to do, we are disturbing again this format with the facility provided by Java developers. Okay. So now what I will do here is, let me just run using terminal with the same syntax. Okay. Compilation successful. We don't see any red font in our program. So now let us just run this program. Okay. It works. It works. Still the green icon is there. So now let us run this. Okay, let us run this. So what does it mean basically? So now I'm just giving some space here. Okay, some space in the middle. Now I'm just changing this also. So now I'll just give test user 1. Okay, so I'm just using this one. So still I see this green font. So meaning that JVM is recognizing your main method. So execute this. Execute this. So you're getting this. So meaning here is, so this is a new way we can implement or we can use the main method. Okay, so now let us just refine this. So what does it mean? What does it mean basically is, so if you means, right, like dot, what does mean is nothing but ellipsis. The pattern we are using 3 dots is nothing but from ellipsis. The naming is nothing but ellipsis. What does it mean is nothing but they have taken this term or this concept from mathematics. Usually we'll say, right, like if we want to give any homework or if we want to give any kind of a work, to our kid or like to whom, so we'll just ask, so can you write numbers from 1 to 100? Okay, so when I'm mentioning 1 to 100, so meaning that 1 to 100. So meaning that, what does it mean? 2 is nothing but I don't want to write. So if I want to assign assignment, so I cannot say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I cannot say. So you can write like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 till 100. No, that is not the way. Basically, how we can represent or how can we give the information with the minimum and upper, like lower to max limit is nothing but like this. So if we show this, so now like this. So what does it mean? By seeing this, what we can say is, so 1 to 100. So this is a minimum limit and this is a maximum limit. This is a pattern. Actually, this is from mathematics we have taken. So now 1 to 100. This is the notation called ellipsis, we can say. Ellipsis. So whenever, if you want to, don't share whole content, but if you want to make your notation as short, so then we will use. But we'll see. So what is the importance of this? Like, what are the rules we need to follow to implement this ellipsis? Like, what is the difference of this and this one? So for now, what you can do is, so this format is nothing but string type input array. Okay, this is nothing but ellipsis with 3 dots. You can understand like this. When we talk about methods concept in Java, I'll just discuss again. I'll bring this concept again there. So we'll discuss, if I want to implement this kind of main method, what are the basic rules I need to follow? And like, again, what is the major difference between this and this? Like, what is the advantage? If I want to use this, what is the advantage over this and this? Okay. So for now, you can consider this. Yeah, this is not invalid. This is still a valid. JVM is able to recognize your main method, able to execute also without any issues. Without any issues. Now, let me just disturb the data type. Okay. So now you see, right? You see, so it is, there is no green icon. So we should not touch the data type, because like whatever the notation you are using, always it should be a string type only. Always it should be string type only. So now this is main method. So where are we? Yeah, we are in here. Like, class we discussed, method we discussed. So let us implement one thing, statements. Statement. So now Java library we have seen. So with this Java library, we are importing the packages with the help of import keyword. Okay. So now one package we have seen is java.lang is a package. So now after that, this is a class. Like we have seen like how to write a class. Class always starts with uppercase. And again, like we can create a class with the help of class keyword. Again, method always starts with lowercase. And again, method at the end, we need to give like open and close brace. So now we'll discuss about this statement. What is this statement? So this statement is nothing but this one. So after writing a main method, we are performing some task here. So what is the task we are doing? We are displaying the content. To display the content or to display the output, what is the thing is nothing but, let me divide this. So here, what is system.out.println, meaning that system is a class. We have seen that. We have seen this. System is a class basically. Out is nothing but a field or a property belongs to system. So now let me just type here. So now system, you see, right? When I type yes, system gives java.lang. Okay. So now I just type system. Now again, I'm hitting dot. You see, right? System class, these are all the fields and methods belongs to system class. So now we need to, our requirement is to display the information, so that what we will do here is, so now let us just use out. Out is a field. So now you can just go here like this. So now when I hit dot again, so I'm getting all the information which is supported by out. So now let us just go with print. Okay. So first steps. So now what I'm trying to do here is, this is a system is a class, out is a field or a property, and print and println is a method. So what does it mean by ln is nothing but ln is a line. When you execute this program, that's this particular step, what happens here is, once the execution is done, the compiler will go to the next line. That is nothing but ln. So if you are using only print, the meaning of this print is nothing but it will execute the steps. Still, the cursor will be in a same line. So ln stands for line. If you are using print, so there is no line formation. It will still say the same line. So when I'm run this execute program, you see. So this one. So now if I remove this, now let us try. Now what happens? If I'm using print? Okay, so now what happens here? So everything formatted in a single line, which is looking bit odd. So bit difficult to understand whether this is a single sentence or multiple sentences. Okay, so now that's why we are going with ln. So now let us just try to run this. So now it will differentiate what is line and all. So what happens here is, so after done with basic flow, as I mentioned, ln we have used, cursor will go to next line. So after that, this particular step is executed. Okay. So now let us discuss what are the naming conventions. We discuss about the naming convention. As I mentioned, so class always starts with uppercase. This is the first naming convention and basic naming convention. So now let me just type this here, some of the naming conventions. So class always starts with naming convention. So now second step is, so now method should start with lowercase. Should start with lowercase. What does it mean by method? Is nothing but, so for now, yeah, you can go with main method. So if you want to use method two numbers, two words, so like if I take like sum of two numbers, how can we write? Need to follow a camel case. So sum of O is uppercase. So two, okay. So now numbers like this. This is a correct naming convention. If you don't have a words, multiple words, this is a good approach. So if you're having a method name with multiple words, follow the camel case. We can say the camel case is nothing but this is one word. Another word starts with uppercase. Another word starts with uppercase. Another starts with uppercase. So whatever the program you're writing, right, real time and all. So if you are following this kind of a pattern, so anyone can see your programming steps, right? They will identify easily, like whether you know the basics, whether are you a good programmer, so well aware or like confident related with the programs and all. That's why always I suggest follow the naming conventions, which is really important. Even though these are all user defined, but we need to follow the syntax. Okay, so now let us discuss about, so now these are the steps basically. So now let us discuss. So if I want to, now we are displaying the details here. Okay, now we are displaying the details, only the content. Now, what if I want to store something and want to display the value? Okay. So now the requirement here is we just mentioned some of the statement here. Okay. We just mentioned some of the statement. What if I want to display some value? Okay. So display value. Okay. So now, yeah, you can hard code like this directly. It will come. Yeah, 75 I want to display. Yeah, this is one way, but this is not the correct way. So if I run this, yeah, you are getting this one. You are getting this value directly. So now display value. So what is the approach? What is the concept we have is nothing but, so now I want to display the value of A. So now A value is 14. So now what does it mean by A? Is nothing but, this is nothing but variable, we can say. Variable. What is a variable? Is nothing but variable represents to store data or value. To store data value. Variables, we are using variables to store the data. Okay, forget about this particular point, we'll discuss. But for now, what you can do here is variable represents to store data. What are we doing here? We are storing some value in a variable. So now what I will do here is, let us go here. So let us remove this. So now a equal to, so 24. I'll just take 24. So now this is a variable, right? Variable. I'm saying this variable. So, but how can we represent the variable directly? I cannot store or I cannot use the variable directly like this. We are saying this variable represents a memory location to store some kind of a data. Okay, we stored some kind of a data, some integer data we have stored. But like, why are we saying memory location? Is nothing but, so we cannot use variables by using these kind of terms directly. So we should represent, okay, so represent the variable with type. Is nothing but, by seeing this, we can say, yeah, this is a normal integer normal number, but this is for us, we are able to understand. But how can we make system to understand that this is a variable which store some integer value? It's nothing but then we are implementing data types. Data type. So what does it mean by data type? Data type is nothing but which informs what type of data we are storing. We are storing in a variable. We are storing in a variable which informs what type of data. So for us, as I mentioned, we know like this is an integer data, so that's why. So but to represent this, so now let us just take this one. Okay, so what does it mean here? What does it mean here? The meaning of here is we are informing the JVM. We have created one variable with type int. Again, like int is an keyword. Okay, like we can say the data type also. So int is a data type. Again, please use and please store based on the type, the data. In the sense, we can say allot the memory, how much we can use for integer to store this variable. That is the reason we have written variable represents memory location to store the data and value. So what does it mean basically here is, so this is nothing but a memory location. So by seeing this step, if I want to highlight is nothing but variable represents memory location with the type of data we are going to store. So now, for example, int is one of the data type. Int is one of the data type which is going to use to declare a variable. This is one line. Okay, this is one line. This is one way. What are we doing here? With data type. With data type, what are we doing? Declare and initialize variable. What does this mean is nothing but with the data type. What is the data type? Int is the data type. So what data type? Data type represents what type of information we are going to store in this variable. This gives the information. So int a equal to 24. So now if I want to divide this, so this is one step I have written, right? So now let us just declare. Okay, so now int a. Okay, so now what does that mean? Declare variable. Okay, duplication. Let us take x. Declare a variable. So now again, if I want to store value, so if I want to divide the same step in multiple stages, like 2 steps, what I will do? X equal to 26. Okay, so now what does it mean? Initialize variable. So what are we doing here? Initialize variable which is of int type. So now you want to display the value. Yeah, let us display the value. How are we displaying the value? So now you can just use display the value of a and x. Okay, just copy this. So now let us write. For our understanding, we need to write. Always the content should be written in double quotes so that it will like this. Okay, so now let us write the value of a. The value of a. Again, if I want to display the value, I cannot use directly like this. Okay, I cannot use directly. The value of a, I cannot use directly like this. Yeah, no, this gives a compilation error. So still, now I want to display the value of x. The value of x. Now, if I go here, like I'm just formatting the output properly. So if I use x directly, it won't allow. Compilation error. What happens when I place the cursor? What it is giving? It is giving some kind of a notation you need to follow. Okay. So to display the value, this is the hard-coded value, which we have defined. This is the hard code value which we have written. Anything we can write this. So, but this is what we are expecting is here I am supposed to display the value is nothing but my expectation is it should give me a 24 with this step. And again, my expectation here is it's supposed to give 26 here. So how can we represent here is, so now we need to use this format plus. So what does that mean here is nothing but this is a content which we are going to display with a meaning. So now what is this? This is the value which we have stored in this variable. So this is one way. If you don't want the value or the content you need to store, okay, one more way is to display the value. You can use this way, like this. Okay, so now you can just remove this, no content, directly display like this. Okay, so now this is one way to display the variable. So now again, this is A. Suppose it to display 4, 24, 26. So these are the different formats. Usually this is more meaningful when you get the output in a system. So now let me run this. Okay, so when you get the output in a system, you can easily identify what is this? What is this? The value of A is, yes, the value of A is what we have stored. I mean, what we have stored, 24 we have stored. Yes, 24 we are getting. Now the value of X, yes. By seeing this 24 and 26, yeah, now we have only two variables. It easily recognized by going this is nothing but 24 is coming from this, like 26 is coming from here. Okay, but if we have more content, then by following this step, it is very difficult to identify what is this value, from where it is coming and all. So like output should be always to be understandable, at least those who are developing the program. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let us continue these data types in next session. So only the thing you can understand this is a variable. So how to display the variable is nothing but you need to use the data type to represent the variable again. So if we want to display the value of a variable, we need to follow this syntax. So if you want to give some information, you need to use this operator is important. Okay, concatenate. It will concatenate and it will fetch the value stored in this variable. This one. Okay, yeah. From today's session, I'm done. So if you have any queries, we can take it up.
Yeah, quick question, Mahbub.
Yeah.
One second. Harish, go ahead. Before jumping into the queries, I want to make clear that we started receiving payments from students. And if there are any students who haven't paid it and are interested in the class, I'm sharing the payment details in the chat section. You can follow those. You can follow that message, those payment details to register for the course. And once registered, share me your screenshots. My WhatsApp number is available on the chat. And to the students who already registered and are added to the registered students WhatsApp group, by tomorrow you will be receiving email address of our instructors so that you can ask your questions directly to the instructor through email. And you'll also get platform access within 2 days. By Saturday, you will be having the platform access, the login credentials you will be receiving to your personal WhatsApp number. You can use those login credentials to access our platform, go through the recorded videos, and also join the live classes. So there will be no URL from next class. Everyone is supposed to join our live classes through the platform. So I will share all the details in our WhatsApp group. Yeah, that's it from my side. If any questions, please go ahead.
So this is a basic question, when creating a package, you refer to string as a class, but in the main method, you use string as a data type. What is the difference between the two?
Okay, I'll just explain. Let me just complete. Should start with lowercase. Yeah. Difference is nothing. So in Java, this is a one special, like we can say, this is a term we can say, right? So string is acting both as class and data type. Like string is available in java.lang. We can use a string as a class, as well as we can use string as a data type also. Okay, that is a flexibility provided in Java. Okay, so let me just display some of the content. So anyhow, we have started with data type with integer value, right? So now what I will do here is like declare string data type. Okay, I supposed to explain this in upcoming session, like what are the rest of the data types available. But anyhow, like we'll just answer this. So now you see, right, when I give string, it is showing as java.lang. This is a class. So based on our requirement, we can use a string, either data type or class. So now here string. So now string, what I'm doing, name equal to, so now test user. So now if I'm using this particular step, right, now string is behaving as a data type. Now, if I'm using the same string in main method, okay, so what here also, this is a data type. So, but basically we can say string is acting as both class and primitive data type. Again, like it's a usage, like how we are using in our program. Now let me display, if I'm displaying this particular step. So now let me just directly display this one. Name. So name. Okay, so now just run this. Run this. So now you see. Now you see. Now you see this is now here string is acting as a data type. Okay, so now here if I'm using main, right, this is a string type, but basically from class. So you see, where is this? Yeah, java.lang.string. So if I open the package of java.lang, so let us just go back here. Where is the string? We have seen here. So string, you see, right? String. So meaning of string here is it is acting as a class as well as data type. So you see that the observation here is java.lang.string. Officially, this is acting as a class and as well as data type. So again, like which position and like which requirement you are using, it represents like that. So which step you are calling based on JVM will take a call and execute that. Okay, does it answer your query?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so but to answer your query in one liner, string is both class as well as data type.
Yeah, one more quick question. You have mentioned we need to have one mandatory method, main method, right? So
Mhm.
does that mean it should be named as main only, or
Yes, yes,
it
yes,
can?
yes. Main only, main only. So if
Okay.
if I write like main PROG, if I go like this, right? Again, as I mentioned, the error message it has given, right? So when I'm running this program, it is giving main method not found in a class. Please define main method. So we should follow. If I want to write any Java program, and again, like it should execute and provide me a proper output, whatever the statements we need to write, we need to follow this.
Got it.
Yeah. If I modify this, right, it won't execute. You see, right? Green.
Yeah.
So if I give one letter, so now again, runtime exception it will throw.
So, Basha, whenever we create any class, that should must have the method inside in it.
Yes.
Oh, without writing any methods, we can't create any class.
No.
That means,
Without
yeah.
creating any class. So what I will do here is, let me just
Uh-huh.
comment this. Okay. So now we don't
Uh-huh.
have anything. Now we don't have anything. So now let us just go back here. Okay. So now what happens here is system, it will not allow you to here. So now we can declare a variable. Okay. So now, okay, let us just take the small step, small. So it is a bit complex. So make control Z. Let's say I'm just making a comment of this. Okay. So now only we have a class. I have opened. All these are comments. Compiler will ignore this. We don't have any method. So now what I will do here is I want to just display one value. Let's say I want to display the name. String name equal to test user. Okay. So now till here I can. So now let us just display here. If I want to display the information, name. So first thing is you see, right? So yeah, let us just give this. So now what happens here is this one. So cannot resolve this symbol. So if I want to execute, okay. Now what we will do, we'll just go here and we'll just type execute the program. So what happens here? So first thing is like we don't see that green icon to execute the program if we don't have a main method. So now only class I have written with couple of statements. So now class is closing here. Okay, so class is closing here. Other than that, everything is commented. So easily ignorable. So now just compile this. So first thing is compilation error, it will come. Okay, because of this particular statement. Yeah, let us remove this also. Let us remove this also. So now we don't see any compilation errors. Just run this. Okay, so now you see this. So earlier also we have seen, if we don't mention main method, there is no issue from compiler. Java compiler only see whether our naming notations are proper, whatever the content we have written, that is correct or not, syntactical wise. Okay, brace opened once, like brace closed, keywords started with lowercase, like a string started, as in like you have written properly or not. So, but the problem here is like when you run this program, you see, right? It always looks, whenever you want to write a program, this always look. Otherwise, your program will never work. This is a basic step we need to follow to develop or to create any step, any class in Java. Main method is must. That's why we said, yesterday I said, JVM is the heart of the execution of a program. Why is nothing but because of this. Because of this. From where exactly the execution will start, like JRE, when the JRE will come into the picture. So when the JVM will come into the picture while execution process is here. Java, when you're running this program, JVM will go and will identify whether your class is having proper method or not. So now if you see, right, first dot class, if I'm using, we see we don't have anything here. So JVM will try to understand these bytecode instructions. It will cross-check everything with the help of bytecode verifier. We don't have main method. That is the reason we are getting this. So they observe that, yeah, something is not proper with these bytecode instructions generated by Java compiler. You simply identify whether main method is not available or not. You can just simply the message. This is nothing but runtime exception. So to answer your query, yes, this is mandatory to use after class. We need to use main method.
And anything else we write should also be inside the main method only, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is a statement. Yeah, this is a pattern, right? So what is the pattern we have used? Yeah, this is a structure.
So how many methods we want to write? We can write those many methods, right? There is
Yes.
no
Once
restriction like.
once you follow these two particular steps, right? Once you follow this class name, and like after that method, anything we can define program again based on our requirement. What our requirement says, we can write everything inside that method.
Oh, okay. We need to declare only one main method. Inside in it, we can write the other methods you were saying.
Yes. We can declare, we can call, we can play anything from here.
Okay. But that is under main method.
Yes.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
For now, you can understand like that only. These are the two steps are important to develop any program. So if I want to write any Java program, okay, for now, what you can understand, like I need to define a class name like this, and like I need to define main method. Okay. Any other queries?
Mehboob, you have added plus after colon in the system.out.println statement, right?
Yes.
So is it going to add the string and the variable? That's how we need to follow every time to print a statement?
Yes. Otherwise, it will not recognize. It will not, if you don't want plus symbol, right? As I mentioned, this is the way you need to follow. You can just take that variable where you stored the value. This is a way, one way. But this is not preferable basically. So what happens? So we are not writing any plus symbol here. Directly, whatever the value we stored in this particular variable, it is printing. But if you want to add the content, what this particular statement defines. Okay. So now display the name. So why I'm saying is nothing but this is the hard-coded string value which we are defining. But this pattern, if I want to differentiate, so now if I want to differentiate, we need to differentiate. What is this? This is the value which going to be changed. I will change this test user to test one. So now it is printing this test1. So now observe this here. So now it is display the name. So now let us just take this, display the name. It is giving. So now what I will do here is test user 5. I'm modifying this, okay? So, but I'm not modifying this. This is nothing but a hard code value, which we stored in a string, double quote. So now again, if I'm trying to run this value, right? Now this will change. This is changing. Now you see, right? Earlier it was the test user 5, now test user 1. What does it mean? Is nothing but concatenation operator, where we are defining two different types of data. So this data is different, which is coming from a variable. This data is different, which we are defining, and it will remain same. Till you change, it will remain same. But we can change this. The value will keep on change. That's the reason we are identifying with this concatenation operator.
Okay, so the concatenation is also another topic. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay, so all those things. So most probably, so in next sessions, like I'm going to cover, like anyhow, we have started with the string and integer, right? So in upcoming sessions, like we'll see. So what are the different types of operators? Like what are the different types of data types? Still, we have more data types. So what is the usage? So like how exactly we need to use data types? All those we discuss. Okay. Okay, then I don't see any other queries. We'll meet next session. So tomorrow we don't have a class. Okay, so next is Naushad, you there? So you can just inform. Yeah.
So guys, to create your login credentials and to adjust the platform, we need 1 day. So we'll be taking tomorrow to build that. And Saturday and Sundays will be no classes. So our next class will be on Monday. We need 1 day to create your credentials and allocate them to you. We'll still be in touch in the group which we created. The recorded videos will be shared in that group. But from Monday, the class begins as usual. Any questions?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.